Warning, Prospect Watch is not your average hockey podcast, and that's okay with us. Our goal is to introduce you to stars in the making from all over the world. They may not be household names yet, but we assure you they will be soon enough. Welcome to Prospect Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next edition of Prospect Watch with your host, Lance Green.
All right, guys, a very special edition indeed. But Prospect Watch, as you know, it's a podcast that focuses solely on the discovery and promotion of some of the best young talent in the game today from all reaches of the world. And Steel, I think we got just one of those players from way over across the pond there.
Just a little bit over across the pond there. And since we have such a special guest, we would like for him to introduce himself. So, would you please introduce yourself, sir?
Hi guys, name is Neuenschwander, playing for Fribourg-Gotteron in Switzerland, and glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
For sure.
We are super excited to have you here, man. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to be on the show with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, let's catch you up here and get a little familiar with his game because, over here in North America, it's a little hard to see some of the play from the Swiss over here. So if you haven't heard of this young netminder, I get it. But like our slogan says, our goal is to introduce you to stars in the making from all regions of the world. And while they may not be household names yet, we assure you they soon will be. And this being the case with Aaliyah, whose play last season not only caught my eye, but the attention of many NHL scouts. So much so that currently he's being projected to go somewhere in the second round to third round, which is one of the top goaltenders of this next draft. So without any further ado, let's just jump into some questions here. I'm interested to pick this young man's brain, all right?
Yeah, me too. I mean, I seem to have this affinity with goalies. So, you know, I work with the goalie. I interview goalies. I mean, you know. All right. So speaking of goalies, Aaliyah, what was it that made you decide to get in net, to strap on the pads and be a goalie and face 100-mile-an-hour shots? What's going on in your brain to make you want to do that?
Yeah, so it's kind of a fun story. Like back when I was younger, like I started as a player, played like maybe half a season as a player, and we always had a bit of a goalie problem, so we didn't have a lot of guys in net. So I think then we had a tournament and our goalie got injured. We didn't have a second one, so everyone had to step in the net for one game. And I think I played the finals or just the last game of the tournament and as a goalkeeper. And I think I did pretty well for the first time. Of course, I let in some goals, but like it was kind of fun for me. So I just tried it in practice a few times, and with the goalie coach, just decided to be a goalie. Yeah,
that's awesome.
There you go. That's a great story.
I thought he was going to say, we came right. Did you win the game? Did you win the championship of the tournament, or?
No, I think we lost that game.
All right.
Okay.
Not too shabby for your first game, though. Yeah. But so in the article I wrote on you recently, which you guys, if you haven't read it, need to go check out. The links will be in the bio and all that other stuff. But I mentioned your style of play because for us over here, it's a little unique now. I was an old school stand-up goalie, but you're kind of a hybrid and more of a hybrid than most, in a sense where if you have to go down, you'll stop the shot, but you'll get right back up and use that size. And I think you're like 6'4". So I mean, you want to use that size, right? So can you talk a little bit about like what goalie you may have like grown up watching to kind of model this game after? Because it's rare nowadays that you see such a goaltender stand up. They all like to go down and stay down and flop around, and I just don't like that. I enjoy your style of play because it just makes sense to me.
Yeah, so I think I didn't really roll my game after a specific goalie. Like I just tried to catch up from every goalie I like to watch, like something. Like yeah, at the end it was like I just tried to get my own style that works for me. Like a few years ago, I was also like a goalkeeper that played a lot of the butterfly on the knees.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just tried to kind of change that over the years, just because I thought like, yeah, it works for me. I talked with my goalie coaches about it. They were also like, yeah, try to go on your legs so you're faster and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I didn't really roll my game after a goalie, I would say specifically, but a lot of goalies I just watched and tried to learn from everyone kind of a bit.
Bits and pieces,
yeah.
Wow. I mean,
that's awesome because I think your reaction time is on par with the best of the best in my mind, because I mean you're able to get up and get down so quickly that to make that style work. So that is amazing. I think it'll be good in your future here. But Steel?
Yeah, no, I agree. And to just kind of to build off of that, what are you working on this off season, or what are you going to be working on to try to improve things?
Yeah, so I was pretty much working on my strength, like all the athleticism, because like I think that's the most part where I can like improve much. I was also working on some technical understandings with like my goalie coach David Abischer. Like we watched at it, but we didn't go a lot of times on the ice this off season. It was really like the point was to get stronger in my mind. Yeah, try to like just shut down also a bit from hockey one time, and like just try to get that strength up and to be faster in the season. Yeah.
Those are all good things to work on, because you need those mental reps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you had an amazing season last year in my mind, where you showed sparks of just absolute greatness. Even I think in one international junior tournament, you played U19 and you played in 2 games, and Steel, his goals against average was 0.50 and 985 save percentage.
Do they make numbers that low?
I mean, that with this, ability to just really step in there. So, how has your work this off season and what you were able to do last season, how have you transitioned to come together to be able to get ready for this year? Because I mean, you're already starting up, right? Over there. We start a little later over here, but how has your game changed and really, coming together that much more for this draft year?
Yeah, so basically I changed club last summer for the first time. It was like I lived alone for the first time, so it was pretty hard. I think a lot of up and downs last season for myself. It was a good season, but how I said, up and downs. It was also hard to get everything to know over there, because I think I played in Biel my whole life, and then first time away without my parents is always a bit hard.
Yeah,
but I think I managed that pretty well, also with, gotta say, the best coaching staff I ever had over there, Fribourg. So they helped me much, also David Abischer, not just on the ice, also off the ice. And we just worked on our game and just to go step by step every day, 100%. And I think that's also what I'm going to do this season, just step by step, not try to look too much up front, just stay in the moment and enjoy it.
Yeah. Take each game as it comes and don't think about the future too much. It will come for sure.
Exactly. So I got to ask you a question. Is that hardware hanging on your wall back there?
What?
Are those metals?
Medals or something?
Are those metals?
Yeah.
Okay. So those are metals hanging on the wall back there?
Yeah. It's like in Switzerland, you have like as a junior when you're small, you got a lot of tournaments, and for each of them you get a medal.
Okay.
We won pretty often with Biel back then. We were a pretty strong team, so
yeah.
So you got a lot of good medals then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's probably more to come in his future for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I used to be a chef in a lifetime, long time ago, and I usually try to ask all of our invitees, do you have a pregame meal, and if so, what is it?
Yeah, so I'm pretty basic. So I just eat pasta before the game, and like in the morning some eggs and stuff. So not really rare, just basic stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any like strange or superstitions? Do you like have to put one skate on first? Do you tape your sticks differently, or do you have any of those kind of things that you do?
No, I think it's just for my warm up is like I always try to do it the same. I always try to go walk before a game if we don't have a pre-game skate. It's just these kind of things. I was like that like 2 years ago, but I gotta say it didn't really help me. It just made me crazy every day to like have the time to do this and stuff. So I changed that. I'm pretty open, like, and I like it when it's not always the same. So
Okay.
and it's yeah.
Okay. Man,
Right.
I'll tell you, he's well beyond his years, Lance.
There
Well
you go,
beyond his
right?
years.
So like I said, I was a goalie too. So when you talk to most goalies, and most of us have a consistent set of play. We'll have our bad games and good games, but there's others that can kind of turn it up another notch in certain situations. And I think you're one of those guys who can get up for big games, in a sense, and especially when you play in international play against other countries. Can you talk about, when you get the opportunity to do that, and just what an honor it is, and how you just are able to kind of turn that up another notch? And
Yeah, I think it's always an honor to play for the national team. Like I'm always so happy when I see that I'm on the lineup or on the roster. So I'd say it's like, yeah, you have good nights and you have bad nights. It's like every time you don't really know if you're gonna have a good game or not.
sure.
But it's just all about preparation and like being ready on the moment, stay in the moment. If you get a bad goal, like just it happened. Like you can't change that. So I think that's the most important part. Just stay in the moment. Whatever happens, like you're there and you gotta play for your country. So yeah, can't let them down.
That's right. And like you said, that's an honor to represent your country, to play in those, you know what I mean? So since you've been recognized a little bit now, and since you're getting a little bit more exposure, especially here in the States, okay, what would it mean to you to be drafted by an NHL team? And how do you think that transition will go for you?
Yeah, it would be a dream. I mean, like it's a childhood dream for me to get drafted. Like it's just like always when I think about the NHL, it seems like so far away, like so high in the skies, almost like really a dream. So it would be a dream come true for sure to get drafted. And I think my game, like I think you always gotta adapt to a new league. So you always gotta change. I mean, like the fields, the ice is different over there. Like the size of the field, it's like on our side, it's larger, so
Lot faster game.
lot faster. Yeah, so you always gotta adapt to that, and yeah, we'll see.
And is that something that you feel that you're more than capable of doing is adapting to the smaller ice.
Yeah, I think like I played. I think I played some games on a smaller ice, and I gotta say I like it. It's a lot more. It's a lot more dangerous. Like when players are on the boards, like on our ice when they are on the boards, it's like rare that they gonna shoot or they gonna score. So you always gotta be like more like activated in the head and like knowing okay they can shoot or a cross ice pass can be more difficult. But I think it's something like I like it to play on the smaller ice.
Okay.
Even though it's much more difficult sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a transition. It's something you're gonna have to get used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely think his game will transition well in that sense,
I think
because
so
his
too,
reaction
because
time is so quick,
right,
and
his reaction time is quickness. The fact that he stays up and that he's not a butterfly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you would say that's an obvious goal of yours, right? To come over here and play, because there's been some players not from your country but from other countries recently that have been drafted and kind of come over here and don't and go back to their own country because they just don't like it. But you hear that NHL teams, this young man is ready
wants to be in the NHL.
Wants to come over, wants to play over here, enjoys playing on the smaller rinks. All right. But okay, well, with that being said, let's talk about your pad setup for this year. What are you wearing? What brand of pads you going with? What I see a CCM stick up there. Is that what you're sticking with as well? Talk to me here.
No, it's like the CCM stick is like we won the, I don't know if you guys know, Youth Olympics, European AOF. We won it the first time of Switzerland, so it's the stick I played back then.
Awesome.
Awesome. It's also the jersey from the tournament. So
there you go.
I just put that both in my room because it broke like next practice. So I thought like, okay, I take it home. Don't throw it in the trash. And yeah, in Fribourg we play Bauer. In Switzerland it's different. You got a brand for the team, not just for the players.
Ah, gotcha.
So yeah, I'm playing with a full Bauer setup. With custom pads. Like I almost have them like Reto Bera right now, just in different colors.
Okay.
And yeah, just the classic gloves. I think it's the Hyperlight gloves. Yeah.
Both. Hyperlight. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah. Do you have your mask painted?
No, I don't have it painted yet. It's like
usually. Yeah. Is that something you're gonna do?
I'm gonna do it, yeah, for sure. But like, I think I'm gonna wait one more season because like the mask is now it's the second season with it, and like usually you say I think 1-2 season you can play them before it gets dangerous for your head and stuff.
Yeah.
So and it's still kind of expensive to paint the mask. So I always had it painted in Biel, and then I had to change to Fribourg, and it was too close everything to paint them because it goes always like 2 to 3 weeks. So I just played with the all white setup.
All white set, yeah, that's what I've seen. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right.
Your day will come. You'll get your mask painted.
Yeah. So the last question, what are your goals for this season? And do you think it's possible that you could essentially play in the National League before coming over here?
Yeah, so like I said, I always try to set goals like every day. I don't like to have like goals too high up or like that are too difficult to reach. I try to like just go step by step, improving every day. Of course, it's a dream to play in the National League for Fribourg. I mean, like probably every child in Fribourg, it's a dream for them. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe it happens, maybe not. I'm ready, but I just try to don't like really focus on that. Just focus on myself, improve as much as I can over the season, and like of course, yeah, maybe get some pro games in the Swiss League, second league in the Swiss would be also a goal. Would be nice to improve, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're definitely rooting for you, man. That's for sure. I have my last question is this. Who is the most influential person in your life as far as hockey is concerned? Do you have a lot of support from your dad? Do you have a lot of support from your mom? Is there a specific coach or anything like that? But who was the main influence for you to be playing hockey?
Yeah, so I'd say it's my parents. Like, they really support me in everything. It's like, it's not that they say you need to play ice hockey. It's like they say, do whatever you want, we support you. But if you play hockey, then go full 100%.
Right.
It's like, it's just, yeah, I can call them every time I want. They support me all the time. They come watch the games. I remember back in last year, not last year, the year before, I didn't have the best start to the playoffs. And my mom's always nervous to watch the games. She always says like, yeah, I can't watch. I'm too nervous. I'm shaking. So I didn't have the best start, and I had to go jump in. I was back up for a few games. Then I jumped in again in the half final after we lost the game. And I was pretty nervous too, I gotta be honest. And then she didn't tell me that she's coming to watch. And then I saw her on the stands, and it was like really a supporting moment. Then we won the game.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
We swept them away after, so went to the final and we won the championship.
So mom has to not tell you that she's coming to watch from now on, right? Well, I'll tell you what here, folks, we got a really, really good show here. We had a great conversation with Aaliyah. And I got to tell you, Lance, we're excited about this young goaltender. We can't wait to see how your game progresses and where things lead for you for sure. Lance, thank you for everything that you do here at Prospect Watch. Thank you, Aaliyah, for hopping on with us and taking some time out of your day. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. I am your co-host, Ron SteelFlyers, and we will catch you all on the next episode of Prospect Watch.